For more than 2 centuries, ships came to these shores. Many arrived in search of gold, but they left carrying something far more valuable: human beings. If these walls could speak, they would not tell stories of kings or queens. They would tell the story of mothers torn from their children, fathers who vanished without a trace, and millions of lives forever changed. Standing proudly on Ghana's Atlantic coast, Cape Coast Castle appears peacefully today, but beneath its white walls lies one of humanity's darkest chapters. This is the story of Cape Coast Castle. Long before the chains, before the cries echoing through stone corridors, this coastline was a thriving center of trade. It was a land rich in gold, timber, and opportunities. In 1653, the Swedish merchants arrived, seeking the wealth beneath the soil, not the people who lived upon it. What began as a modest trading lodge soon became the prize in a fierce European contest. The Danes seized it, the Dutch claimed it. Then, in 1664, the British took control. At first, gold dust was the treasure everyone sought. European textiles, blankets, and sugar were exchanged for the riches of the Gold Coast. But soon, an even more profitable trade emerged. As demand for enslaved labor grew across the Atlantic, greed transformed Cape Coast Castle. The British expanded the fortress not to protect gold, but to imprison people. Deep beneath the castle, workers carved vast dungeons into the bedrock. Above ground, European officials dined, worshipped, and looked out over the sea. Below them, humanity descended into darkness.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
As many as 1,000 African men and women could be confined here at one time. There were no beds, no sanitation, little fresh air. Many remained in prison for weeks or months. Diseases spread rapidly. Some never lived long enough to see the ocean. Even today, traces of that suffering remain embedded in the stone.
All right, brothers and sisters, my elders, we are now in the male dungeons. This dungeon accommodated over 500 people. In total, it contained a maximum of 1,000 people. Let me break it down for us. We have 5 rooms or 5 chambers within the dungeon. So this particular room is one of the chambers. We shall enter into the first chamber, and we have 3 extra chambers behind us. Each chamber or room contained over 100 to 200 people. So without much ado, let's come into the first room.
Those who survived the dungeons face one final journey. One by one, they pass through a narrow stone doorway. History remembers it as the door of no return. Beyond it waited slave ships bound for the Americans. For many, this was the last glimpse of Africa they would ever see. History tried to erase their names. It tried to erase their languages, their cultures, their identities, but it failed. Today, descendants of those taken from Africa return through that same doorway. What was once known as the door of no return has become for many the door of return. A place where memory overcomes silence, where grief becomes healing, and where generations separated by centuries find their way home. Cape Coast Castle is more than a monument. It is a warning, a memorial, and a promise that these stories will never be forgotten, because the stones still remember, and now so do we. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to know this history, and subscribe to Learn Africa on YouTube, where we uncover Africans' untold stories.
As compared to the previous years that we held the Pana Fest and Emancipation Day Festival, we weren't too much surprised because, as you rightly put it, the president declared a year of return. So honestly speaking, people that have come or who came last month, last 2 months, swelled to an astronomical level.
The year of return is so massive. I would say the biggest tourism spotlight that has happened to Ghana.